So friends, I hope you have been contemplating over the ideas that we have been sharing. As I told you yesterday, it is extremely important that you see things for yourself than to listen to a description given by somebody. When you listen to somebody, you are listening to their experiences, their memories. If it somewhere tallies, you may accept it. If it doesn't match, you shall reject it. So the most important thing is, when you listen to something, you see it for yourself. Is it, as we saw in teaching the scriptures, Shruti, Yukti, Anubhav. Just because the scripture says something, we don't have to take it. And what should be a scripture? It should be something, there is a little ting. And what is a scripture? It should give us the knowledge, anadhigata, avadhita, jnanajanakam, shastram. Just because something is a scripture or a whole so-called holy book, you don't have to grab it. And that book is called a scripture, a shastra, which teaches us anadhigata, avadhita jnanam. It teaches us the knowledge which you cannot get it from any other source. Like physics, chemistry, mathematics, history, all these books we read, nobody teaches there that you are immortal, absolute, fulfillment, happiness, freedom. Nobody talks about it. So you should get the knowledge that you cannot get it from any other source. Next, avadhita jnana janakam. Once he gets that knowledge, it should not be subject to cancellation and verification. At no time, no other knowledge can ever cancel it. It is about yourself, final. There is nothing relative about it. So when you listen to that, just because you listen, you don't grab it. Shruti, then yukti. Logically, it must be convincing. Not because of a blind faith, mere helpless acceptance or imposition. But it must, yukti, logically convincing. As we say, logic doesn't produce the reality, but it facilitates the revelation. And something can be a scriptural declaration, logically very convincing, but ultimate authenticity comes from anubhava, your own personal, very personal experience, anubhava. Until it is yours, it is borrowed. It means nothing. It's like somebody can write down a beautiful essay collecting data from here, there, everywhere, all about happiness, fulfillment, freedom. You get a PhD also, but it doesn't mean anything. Because not a word there which conveys who you are or what is your experience. So that is the most authentic. The person must anubhava, his own thing must see it for himself. So, that is why I say, all that we have been seeing for last few classes, especially about this dharma, and what is my dharma, that word, think of it. That whole thing was triggered by the simple question of that youngster. Swamiji, more dharma gone. मेरा धर्म क्या है? Ask, please. The moment you want to say what is the dharma of the water, you analyze the water. Let me repeat a little bit. Analyze the water. To understand the dharma means the nature, property, the characteristics. These are the known as the dharma. Dharma here not means what God you follow or God you don't follow, not that type of thing. That is also has its own dharma. We shall see that. Every word we shall see. What is the dharma of the scorpion? It stings. Bee collects honey, also sometimes stings to protect it. The dharma, nature. So if you want to understand the dharma of anything, you analyze that something. To understand the dharma of the crocodile, you don't analyze a rose garden. If you want to analyze your dharma, you want to understand your dharma, first you must know who you are. What are you analyzing? Instead of understanding who I am, understanding myself, I am analyzing samsara dharma, what is the nature of the creation, deha dharma, what is the nature of the body, indriya dharma, what is the nature of the eyes, ears, jnanendriya, then karmendriya dharma, vak, pani, pada, payu, upastha. Then you are analyzing bhavana, all the thoughts, mano, buddhi, chittam, ahankar, different types of thoughts. You are analyzing everybody's dharma. And there are the four thoughts also, there are four different thoughts are mano, buddhi, chittam, ahankar. All these things you have seen, so I am not repeating it. Mano, buddhi, chittam, ahankar. Four types of thoughts inside. You don't see the thoughts in the world outside. Think. Have you seen a thought walking this earth? Have you seen an emotion walking this earth? Have you seen anger, hatred, jealousy, love, compassion walking this earth? Subtle. Those are the subtle bhavana. And the four types of thoughts are like mana, buddhi, chittam. Chittam, all the memories. Then different types of thoughts that are heard, seen, touched, tasted, smelt. And with all these memories, sometimes indecision, mana, sometimes decision, buddhi, and the ahankar comes. There is another thought is there, I thought. This I thought, ahankara, aham karomiti buddhi. Understand, aham karomiti buddhi, I do. This I in reality doesn't do anything. When you say I see, eyes see. When I say I hear, ears hear. When I say I walk, leg walks. When I say I crawl, body crawls. When I say I am breathing, nose breathes. When I say heart is pumping, the heart is pumping. Just think of it. When I say I am aging, the body is aging. When I say I am changing, the thoughts are continuously changing. So this is ahankar. So that dharma also when you are recognizing, you are studying, analyzing the dharma of the whole creation. Srishti, Jagat, Jayate, Gacchati, Tishtati, Iva, as though born, as though existing, as though fading away. Amazing dimension. Then Deha Dharma, your physical body, is born, growing, disease, decaying, dying away. That is the nature of the body. Sense organs, see, hear, taste, touch, smell. Organs of action, speech, lifting, walking, procreating, excreting, nature of the organs of action. True to the perception, sensation, different types of sensation. And each one of those sensation becomes a thought. So varieties of thoughts that are about touches, sounds, tastes, sights, smells. Depending on the sensation, comfortable, uncomfortable, you like it, raga, you develop definite likes. You do not like it, dvesha, definite dislike. Mind is full of this raga dvesha. I like it, desires. Got it, greed. Did not get it, angry, emotions. All these things are happening inside, manodharma. And in this, the ahankara comes, I thought comes and drags everything to itself. See that, friends? Everything to itself. When you say, I want to know my dharma, you have still not come. Because when I say my means I, what is the dharma of the I? Not the ahankara, not ahankara, but aham. What is this I? Listen carefully. Still not come. This morning I was thinking about it. I'll give an idea. In these descriptions, there are two dimensions. One is absolute, aham, I, absolute. Down that line, ahankar, chittam, buddhi, mana, all different types of thoughts, your sense organs, sensations, organs of action, activities, physical body, extended to the physical universe, macrocosmic universe. The entire range of it, from ahankar to the physical universe, apekshika, relative universe. What Bhagavan says beautifully in Bhagavad Gita. Bhumirapo nalo vayu, khammano buddhirevacha, ahankara iti yamme, bhinna prakriti rashtadha, apareyam itastu anyam, viddhime prakritim param, jiva bhutam mahabaho, yaidam dharyate jagat. Just one line, one word is good enough for the entire understanding. Just see this point, please. Hey Arjuna, bhumi apaha anala bhumirapo nalo vayu kham. Bhumi, earth, apa, water, anala, fire, vayu, air, kham, akasa. All the 5 elements, macrocosmic. Let your mind expand. You don't think the air means, no, it's a little going away. No, air everywhere. Earth means not 2 feet under my foot, the whole earth. The entire space. Have you ever expanded your mind to that dimension? The whole space, you shall be not there. Like the proud frog mama trying to impress the frog babies. The frog babies saw elephant passing. And those frog babies were stunned. Wow, how huge this animal is. The moment the mommy returned, they said, Mommy, we saw one big animal. The mommy said, because mommy thinks there is nobody bigger than him or her, bigger than her. So she said, little swollen up, puffs up. This big? No, 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 no. This big? No, 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 no. This big? Makes it really big. No, 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 no. This big? Burst. That is a story for the children, the greatest revelation for the adults. Vastness you want to expand? How vast? Physically, friends, you cannot expand. Mentally, you can expand. Expansion. Where are you? Here. Think. As human beings, friends, It's an amazing statement. As human beings, we start really, friends, experiencing the absolute from the very beginning of our life before we are condemned to the relatives and limited experiences. First, when you open our eyes, the child doesn't focus on the 2 feet under the ground, space outside. He has started experiencing the universe itself long before he is condemned to my village, my home, my room, my mummy. Instead of helping the person to go from the limited to limitless, we have successfully brought down the person from the limitless to limitations. That is where the life means, growing means. Please think. Before you are experiencing a sound, a touch, a taste, a smell, a sight, you are experiencing the sound, sight, taste, touch, smell. And before we are aware, before even we started seeing with the eyes, hearing with the ears, touching with the skin, tasting with the tongue, smelling with the nose, we are knowing, conscious. Being conscious is not a gift of the father and the mother. A body can be a gift of the father and the mother. This body can be the gift of the physical universe to this tiny little fellow, out of which it is created. It doesn't come into the universe. Consciousness is nobody's gift. We are born conscious. Long before we are conscious of something, first we are conscious. Of course, no child will ever grasp it. But that is how we all started. And that is how we must go back. I have told you 100 times again and again. In the creation of your body, you had not to participate. What shape, what size, what color, what gender, none of it was consulted to us, consulted with. Born. Awareness was not a gift. It's an effortless inclusion. It's all-inclusiveness. If you don't have eyes, you can't see. You don't have ears, you can't hear. A manufacturing defect, a child is born without eyes, born blind, but you can't say born unconscious, unaware. In case he is unaware, you'll be buried, you will not be kept alive. Understand? So the moment you appreciate, as Bhagavan introduces, Bhumi, Apaha, Anala, Vayu, Kham, Akash, the whole universe, gross physical universe, then Mano, Buddhi, Ahankar, different types of thoughts. By the time you are grown up, you are exposed to all your thoughts. That also nobody introduces us to. In school, college, university, thoughts are given. And people are taking tremendous pride in giving us thoughts. But nobody teaches how to think. And this I thought is there, ahankar, to gobble up everything. I know, I see, I heard, I am young, I am old, I am getting old, I am dying, this fellow, ahankar. Who is acting out this pathetic drama inside? Who has lost that sense of limitlessness, bliss, absolute, immortality, but is completely drowning inside the self-inflicted, unconscious sorrows and miseries and limitations of every kind, ahankar. These three thoughts, this type of thoughts or any thought doesn't belong to the external universe. It is about the external universe, but doesn't belong to the external universe. Are you getting that point, please? Just a minute, let him sit down. Shh. Come here. Can you hear? It will be easier. Okay. Now see that, friends, please. I've been listening regularly, so don't worry about it. You'll get connected right away. Understand? No. Bas. So please see that. All our thoughts are about the universe, but thoughts do not walk the universe. And there are three types: mano, buddhi, ahankar. These 8 things, 5 elements, bhumi, apaha, analaha, vayu, kham, mano, buddhi, ahankar. Hey Arjuna, bhinna prakriti ashtadha. These are my 8 prakrutis. Yam apara. This is apara prakriti. Relative identities. Apara means desha kala vastu parichinnam. Limited by time, space and objectivity. Relative identity. Listen. Itastu anyam. Other than these 5. Space, vast space, in which air, fire, water, earth are dancing away. All the 5 elements, in which our physical body is included. Then the subtle world of thoughts, memories, and the dancer, the thinker there, I thought, sitting down. These 3 are relative identities. Itastu anyam, other than these 5 elements, all pervasive, and your thoughts of mind, mano, buddhi, chittam, mano, buddhi, ahankara, chittam, all included, mano, buddhi, chittam, means that chittam, memories, and I thought included, apara, relative identities. Itastu anyam, other than these known 8 things, listen the language, other than these 8 known dimensions, 5 elements, mind, buddhi, memories, ahankar. All that you know are included in it. All that know means you are conscious of, are included in it. Itastu anyam, other than these 8. See the beauty? The moment you say Jagat, universe, space, air, fire, water, earth, there is nothing standing apart. Our body is helplessly included. When you say itastu anyam, other than the 5 elements, there is no 6th thing in this physical universe, perceptible universe, drishyam jagat, and drishyam nasyam, anything seen subject to cancellation, helplessly, cannot remain same all the times. And move into your mind. These type of thoughts are there. Everybody has it. Not that the male only and female mind, Indian mind, European mind. There is no such stuff. Human mind. Memories and the I thought. Itastu anyam, other than this. Now look at mind. Because physical universe is taken care of. 5 elements, everything is taken care of. There are 3 things there. You are conscious of. Other than this, what you are conscious of, your memories as well as the I thought. Whatever is, Bhagavan says, itastu anyam, Vidhi me para prakriti. That is my absolute identity. No limitations of time, place and objectivity. Whatever is left out, he doesn't name it. It's a nameless dimension. What is silence? All the sound stuff, all the sounds fade away. Every type of sound goes away, including the name sound. Whatever is left, you name it what you like. Paraprakriti. Because the moment you say silence, you are producing a sound. Itastu anyam. Understand this insight, instantaneous. You can't wait for it. Absolute. Here and now. You don't have to see it with your eyes. It's not a form to be seen. You can't hear it with your ears. It's not a sound to be heard. It's not a touch to be touched. A sparsham. It's not a smell to be smelt. A gandham. It's not a taste to be tasted. A rasam. Sense organs cannot just grasp it. They can't grasp your thoughts. Can you sense your thoughts? Smell it, taste it, touch it, hear it. There can be a thought of a sound, but the thought cannot be heard. Ears can hear the sound, but not the thought of the sound. Eyes can see the forms, but cannot see the thought of the forms. Subtle, sukshma. And these Namarupa, name form, perceptions, sensations, remains as in a sukshma, subtle. Cannot last forever, continuously changing. But that by which you are conscious of all these things, always there. Think, friends. Now, that's something. Itastvanyam viddhi me para prakriti. That is my absolute. And surprisingly, when you use the word dharma, so that is me. That is viddhi me prakritim param. Hey Arjuna, that is me. Oh, he is God. He is that which is everywhere and everything is included in him. He is a big boy, he is a big boss, he is the God. What Bhagavan says. Viddhi me prakritim param. Where? Viddhi. No. Where? Jiva bhutam mahavaho. Yaidam dharyate jagat. Hey Mahavaho, hey mighty armed one Arjuna, that which is me in and through everything in this universe. Other than the five elements, all these para, apara, prakriti, and this para, absolute, at all, available all times, all places, all conditions. What is that there? You are that. What about me? Jiva bhutam. It is in every jiva, in every atom, in every system. Everywhere it is existing. Jiva bhutam. If God says, I am all pervasive, what can I do if you are all pervasive? I am limited. No, boy, you are not. Nothing in this universe is limited except your brain. That I thought, ahankar. Because you separate it. Sense of separation does not belong to the dust. Sense of separation doesn't belong to a chlorophyll. Sense of separation doesn't belong to a drop of water, a spark of fire, a wisp of air. It belongs to square and fair individuality, I. That is why wherever there is individuality, there is no sense of separation. Only human beings. And not all human beings. Children are yet to suffer that. A sleeping man ignores, forgets it, like a drunken man. whenever this I thought comes, separation begins. Hey Arjuna, Jiva Bhuta, I mean every person, I am there. So what is the dharma of that something? Since it is there at all times, Sat, because of which everything is known, Chit, Chetana, awareness, consciousness. These are the names given to your experiences, friends. Because of the name, you don't get experiences. Understand? Because the name space doesn't exist. A name doesn't create anything. Long before names were given, nameless universe continuously shining. Consciousness, yourself, always there, absolute. So if you want to say, what is my dharma, first find out who are you. And once you know who you are, your dharma is what? Sat Swarupa, Chit Swarupa, Ananda Swarupa. Existence, all the time existing, immortal, all the time conscious, Jnana Swarupa, Ananda Swarupa, the bliss, absolute. It's not a sensation where the gross organ comes in touch with the gross object. It's not a sensation of some kind. That is why when people in the name of enlightenment, looking for sensation, extraordinary sensation, with the lights flashing, like in a pub, some psychedelic light explosion. No. Sound of some kind, no. However much you say sound of exotic kind is nonsense. Why? That is why Yoga Shastra makes it fantastic. A person who listens to Anahat, now the person who doesn't understand whatever it is talked about or written about, he shall sit down there with a beatific face. Right? He is listening to Anahat. Listening to Anahat. Anahat is not a sound. That word explains it. 100 times we have explained all the time, friends. Hata, han to strike. Han to strike. Hata, struck. Ahata, very well struck. Anahata, na ahata, unstruck. This is unstruck. Struck, unstruck. Unstruck is what? Sound. So the people, when they say, I'm listening yogic anahat, what are they talking? Cuckoos. Don't worry about them. There is no dharma for that, no nature. Nobody to fix a nature, describe a nature of it. How do you ever describe silence? You can't hear it. That is why Kathopanishad so nicely says, no? Asabdam asparsham arupam abhyam tatharasam nityam agandhavachyate anadi anantam mahatah param dhruvam nichaya tat mukhat pramuchyate. Lord Death himself is talking. Hey Arjuna, hey Nachiketas, you want to get out of this? Mukhat pramuchyate, you want to get out of my clutches? Lord Death gives you the way of getting out of his clutches. Kill the death. You don't exist. I'm not there to catch you. Ahankar is there. Body doesn't die. Body has no sense of death. The dharma of the body doesn't allow it to say, I am the body. Dehohamiti dehona bhakti. The body doesn't say, I am the body. Body has no language. That is its dharma. Body is changing. Body is not restricting the changes. But ahankara, I am the body I'm child, I'm young, I'm dying, I'm thirsty, I'm Ishvara. You want to get out of the clutches of the death. You can never take the body away from its dissolution, but you can take away the idea, I am dissolving with the body. I am not there. It's like when say, say, Americans are all stupid. You sit down smugly. Must be. Europeans are rascals. Of course. Africans are, oof, of course. Indians are all corrupt. No. What is it? No. Because you're sitting down there, I am Indian. Other people are talked about, it doesn't affect you. So you think you have become a Sthita Prajna. When something about you, what you consider yourself, identify with it, you are not there, who is going to shout? Who is this in the world? Tell me. Who is in this house? If the house is unoccupied, will say, I am there or I am not here? Ask this question to the universe. Who are you? The space will not respond. Air will not respond. Fire will not respond. Water will not respond. Earth will not respond. Elementals, trees, ocean, deserts, animals, microbes, your own body, your senses, even your thoughts will not respond. Consciousness just never responds unless I thought is there. One word. That drags everything into itself. Bhagavan, Lord Death himself said that. How beautiful. Who you are, your dharma is asabdam, is not a sound to be heard. Asparsham, not a touch to be touched. Arupam, not a form to be seen. Arasham, not a taste to be tasted. Agandham, not a smell to be smelt. Your five sense organs are stuck in its own place. Leave them there. Anadi, anantam. No beginning. No end. Mahatah param. Beyond every concept. Micro, macrocosm. Microcosm, macrocosm. Anoranyan mahato mahya. Mahatah param. Dhrubam, nishchitam. But ever existing as it is. Tatnichaya. Nischayena gyantva. Gyantva. Not srutva. Not hearing about it. Thinking about it. Experiencing it. Gyantva. Gyan. Janati. Janati the gyaha. Knowing. They are the knowing, understand, the knowing principle. Please understand, friends. The knowing principle, I told you in the beginning of the class, the knowing principle is already active. Before you see, start, see, hear, taste, touch, smell, understand. Sravana Shakti, Sravana, hearing. Ears can hear, ears can't know. Make that subtle difference, friends. Eyes can see, eyes can't know. Tongue can taste, the tongue cannot know. Nose can smell, the nose cannot know. The skin can touch, the skin has no knowing faculty. But from the childhood, I see means I know. How do I see? How do you know? I know. What? I see. I know. I touch. I know. I touch. You have made it so much together. Upanishads, Vedas are uncompromisingly objective. Absolute, absolute, relative, relative. Give the relative existence some due. If you don't want to, congratulations. Choice is yours. Seeing is not knowing. Hearing is not knowing. That is why, friend, reading is not knowing. Touching is not knowing. Tasting is not knowing. Writing is not knowing. Completely curving yourself up in different postures, whether it's gymnast or yogas or this or that, whatever you do. Nothing. Knowing is not either doing or seeing or hearing or touching or smelling. Knowing is a faculty nobody can take away. Time can snatch my eyesight. The eyes shall be blind, cataracted. Ears can go deaf. Tongue, COVID, no taste, no smell. Lucky you don't become free of consciousness. You don't. Oh, I can't hear. How do you know? I know. I can't hear. You are knowing, no? Yes, then why are you so miserable? The shifting. No force in the universe can touch it, including Lord Death. Rather, Lord Death is continuously on the run. Why? Bhishasmat vatah pavate, bhishodeti suryaha, bhishasmat agnischandrasya, mrityur dhavati panchama iti. You know, what is that one? Taittiriya Upanishad? The whole universe is on the run. Jayate gacchati tishtati iva. The whole universe in the run. That is why that word Jagat, universe, doesn't mean anything. We should know Sanskrit, our mother tongues. Indian languages all have that mother in the Sanskrit. Don't make a language issue. Understand this language, the language which takes you beyond every barrier of every languages. Knowing which you don't need to know anything else. If you don't know, it doesn't matter at all. In which language these subjects are talked about is not a challenge to any other language, friends, it's a tradition. And tradition doesn't mean Indian tradition. India is not a part of out of the universe, it's part of the universe. Therefore, it belongs to everybody. Human being. So what is your dharma? Not Deha dharma, not the Indriya dharma, not the Bhavana dharma, dharma of the nature, your thoughts, objects, sensations, perceptions, sense organs of action, mountains, minerals, space, air, fire, water, earth is not your dharma. Sanatana dharma. Meaning what? Who you are. Listen, dharma, don't think there's some God-based or God-absence dharma. No. Sanatana is your dharma. What is Sanatana? Sadaeva Nutana, which is eternally fresh. Wow. Which is eternally fresh. Asabdam, not a sound to be heard. Wow. Not a touch to be touched, not a form to be seen, not a taste to be tasted, not a smell to be smelt. Anadi Anantam, no beginning, no end. Beginningless, endless. Smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest. Available at all times. You are Karalam, Mahakala, Kalam, Krupalam. O Lord Ishvara, Mahakaleshwara. Why do you say Mahakaleshwara? Karalam, Mahakala, Kalam, Krupalam. Kala, time devours everything. Mahakala, which devours the time itself. Yet Krupalam, so compassionate. In it there is no hint of death. Ishvara. Tam nichaya, nischayana gyantva. How do you know something? With your ears you are hearing, with your tongue you are tasting, with your nose you are smelling. They become thoughts. Thoughts are not heard, touched, tasted or smelt. Thoughts are known. Only with the knowing principle, you are aware of your thoughts. So that by which you are knowing, being aware of it. Don't ask that question, how to know the knower? That Shastra itself, before you ask, he already takes the wind out of yourself. Vigyataram rekena vijaniyat. Wow. Whoever can know the knower. The sun that is, relative example, the sun that is lighting up everything, who can light up the sun? That in whose presence you are knowing everything, who can know it? There is nothing other than it. There is no need to know it. The knowing is helplessly happening to everybody. That is a child, long before he is introduced to the land of ignorance, is already knowing all knowledge. So game goes on. You begin with all knowledge, not being aware. Then start with ignorance as though. Go into some more. More you know, the more you don't know. Because you get huge catch of identities. I am this. Understand? That is where, oh, beautiful. That is where perhaps the sloka comes. Yada yada dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chaduskrutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yugi yugi. Beautiful. See that dimension. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati. We are born with all dharma. Pure consciousness, all pervasive. Wow. Morning onwards, I've been thinking how to bring the dharma. Yamma. Please. Will you call a child condemned one? Free from individuality. Yet he is not yet enlightened because he is not aware of it. But awareness he is. Only dharmasya glanir bhavati. As you are growing up in life, you are not aware that you are the awareness all pervasive, even though you are continuously experiencing it. From that you can only go down to ignorance as though, not knowing about myself. And it's a very tiny one. I don't know this. But in the world, the more and more you know, the more and more you discover how much you do not know. Ignorance is increasing. If you see these verses, now suddenly it becomes amazing. In Ishavasya Anusar, other things it comes, no? Avidya mrityum tirtva vidya amritam asnute. Or sometimes he say, tato bhuyavete tama yo vidyayam rata. Andham tama pravishyanti o avidyayam rata. Those people are residing in eternal andham tama, the far-reaching darkness. Avidyam upasate. Those who are holding on to avidya, ignorance, they are in the realm of darkness. Tato bhuyavate tamaha. Those people, vidyayam rata, those who are trying to get knowledge, they enter into a greater darkness. What does it mean? What does it mean? The information, this thought-oriented knowledge is not knowledge. The more thoughts you have got, the more identities you have got. That is why the educated is more disastrous. Not that the uneducated. Sir, you need one hole for the water to pass, you need 1,000 holes in a pot for water to pass. So there is no greater ignorance, smaller ignorance. You don't stop that type of language. But the fact is, you cease to be aware of yourself. Adbhyuthanam adharmasya. That is adharmasya avadhanam. When you forget your dharma, you are unconsciously getting into the realm of adharma. Meaning, all that is not your dharma, if you take it to be that, that is the adharma. Are you getting that point, please? Amazing. You can't touch it. Happiness is my dharma. If I don't recognize it, adharma, unhappiness. An unhappy man will make somebody happy? Unhappy person, miserable, dying, crushed with a sense of ignorance, suffocated by the sense of limitation. You think he is going to help the world? He shall crush the world more so that he feels less crushed. That is why the cruelty of the ignorant is unspeakable. People who are educated, they don't hit people, other people with a stick. Danda mein lathi lekar nahi marte hain. They don't take a stick with the people. With words, they'll kill. The sharpness of the tongue kills, but they think they are giving amrit to other people. You remind them that, you will get further lashing. Physical isolation. If they are in powerful position, you can be guillotined, or you can be drowned or crushed by the elephant. That is how you shall listen to the story of pathetic subjugation, humiliation, destruction of the world around. Please. Adharmasya glanim bhavati. Dharmasya glani bhavati. Dharma is slowly just losing out people. The child born embodiment of dharma. Embodiment of dharma, chetana, consciousness. Sat Swarupa, Chit Swarupa, Ananda Swarupa. Everything in this universe is like that. Only in the human world you shall see that. Only in the human world. Children are excluded. Children are yet to be condemned by the limitations of so many different limited perceptions. When you start naming them, what are you doing? What are you doing? Is it a glory to name the nameless? It may be functional, it may be needed, but to remain condemned to that name is to destroy him forever. Understand that. So the more and more so-called relative knowledges are given to you, relative knowledge, that brings in another type of ignorance, greater ignorance, because that is relative, apekshik. So in the human mind, dharmasya glanir bhavati, adharmasya, abhyuthanam adharmasya. When it happens in the same individual, the conflict is complete. It craves for the knowledge absolute. When the craving begins for the I, individuality, I don't want to live this life. I want to kill myself. Like a suicidal note. Life is too much. I can't take it anymore. When you say, I can't take it anymore, you are sending the invitation for the personal suicide. In other words, when you are looking for your own death, you are waiting for the immortality. I don't want to die. Understand, friends, Ahankara never says, I want immortality. Ahankara only shall say, I don't want to die. Because Ahankar's language is, understand, Ahankar, the I thought's language is what? So much of misery, I don't want to be miserable. Nobody says, I want happiness. I don't want to be miserable. I don't want to die. Even when you say you don't want to, you say, I want to live forever. What it means is, I don't want to die. Because birth and death are two conditions. Na jayate na mriyate va kadachit. Uff, Mahadeva. Na jayate na mriyate va kadachit. नायम भूत्वा न भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्य शाश्वतोयम पुराणः न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे जायते म्रियते. These are the two relative conditions of the body. That is the dharma, deha dharma. What about Chetana? Na jayate na mriyate va kadachit. Neither is born nor is dead. Ajo nitya shashvatayam purana. Ajah, unborn, nitya, eternal. Ayam purana. Pura eva nava. Even ancient time it was same. Tasmat sanatana. Nahanyate hanyamane sharire. Even when the body is gone, it is not gone. Bodiless awareness, ever existing. So your struggle, when the I struggles, ahankar craves for getting out of these limitations, it is sending the invitation for the intimations of immortality. Doesn't know what to do. That is where Bhagavan comes. Atmanam sujamyam. Amazing. Amma. Paritranaya sadhinam, vinashaya cha duskrutam, dharma sansthapanarthaya shambhavami yuge yuge. Paritranaya sadhunam. Who is sadhu? Vinashaya cha duskrutam. Who is duskruta? The ahankar is the duskruta. I thought. Power, not knowing, playing all the games, killing himself, kills everybody. You understand that language? This ahankar, how fantastic player. That just plays this game. Once you recognize this reality, it is an out of the universe stuff. There is no condemnation. That is why God, in the language of the line of Bhagavad Gita, in understanding of the wisdom, apichet sudurachara, bhajate mam ananya bhag, sadhureva samantabhya, samyak vyavasito ishaha. Hey Arjuna, even if the person appears to be, in other people's eyes, durachara, bad conduct. Sudurachara, PhD in bad conduct. Listen carefully. Appears. Why? Please understand, friends. We are, as human beings, we have been given power to perceive the appearances. Reality shall be always beyond. Even the idiot, the human being, the person, the ignorant, who is trying to attribute motives to every person, keeps his motive well hidden and well concealed. But interprets everybody's motives. In the eyes of the world, you may be condemned. In the eyes of the Ishvara, sadhureva samantabhya. He is absolutely punyavan, punyatma, chaitana, consciousness. Jnanagni sarvakarmani bhasmasat kurute Arjuna. Hey Arjuna, everything, the fire of knowledge burns down everything. So the duskruta, individuality. Desires. Thoughts come, perception, I like it, I don't like it, I like it, therefore I want it. It becomes a desire. If I got it, greed, I want more and more. If I don't get it, angry. And because of that anger, krodhat bhavati sammoha, lobhat also sammoha, because of greed and anger, you completely lose sense of yourself. Sammohat smriti vibhrama, you forget every little sensibility or sense, some ideas or ideals you have got, that is gone. Smriti bhansat buddhinasa, therefore you lose your capacity to discriminate. Buddhinasat pranashyati, because of the buddhinasa, only pranashyati, nashayati, not only nashyati, nashayati, destroys himself and destroys everybody. A suicidal bomber. Why don't you die alone? No, I must kill 1,000 people more also. Right? Every fellow is a suicidal bomber. Everybody. In your house, will you be alone miserable? Make everybody miserable. Have you not seen people enacting every moment of their life? Miserable, everybody must be miserable. If you don't have it, if I don't have it, how can you have it? I must take it away from you. Call it politicalization, call it politics, call it religion, call it anything in life. Everywhere. So-called sociology, understand, friends. Because politics is a way of life. Religion is another way of life. Sociology, history, geography, mathematics, music, dance, cooking, anything by itself is neither good or bad. It depends on us. Water is given to pollute it. A human must be there, right? Nature doesn't create natural environmental disaster. Neither the animals overreach. There are plenty of food for the millions of whales inside the ocean. And in case there are too many millions of ocean, what is that, boys? Whales, they shall beach themselves. A natural urge in them to come back and kill themselves. The nature controls itself. Leave one human being, he shall successfully destroy the entire world. One human being. That has nothing to do with the religious. Forget this nonsense. Religious people are better, my foot. Religion is another faith, political principles, religious principles, political, historical, social. What are they doing? Who is creating? I, individuality. And you shall create a constitution which, of course, comfortable for you. So the constitutional amendment shall continue. Every last person shall be the rascal, you are the only person the best. Have you seen one political party who has not blamed others when they were not in the power? And after they come to power, everything is exonerated. Have you seen religion? Which God of which religion is the ultimate? My God, your God. So in the name of God, who fight? God's fight or the followers fight? Here there is no God, no religion, no following. People may desire, what is this? No God. God, as described by others, somewhere sitting down at one plant. God, when you say the God is not a name for a form, all names, it is a form, the name for all forms. It's not a name for a form, the name for all forms. Nobody stands apart. Sarvatah panipadam tate, sarvatokshi shiromukham, sarvatah shrutimaloke, sarvam avritya tishtati. Yadevi sarvabhuteshu, what? Mata matrurupena sanstita, pitrurupena sanstita, yoga rupena sanstita, shanti rupena sanstita, ruddhi samruddhi rupena sanstita, lakshmi rupena, everything. And ultimately, how much can we say? Yadevi sarvabhuteshu sarvarupena sanstita, namastasyai, 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 namo namah. To that Devi, what is that Devi? Dyotanatmakam Devam, Dyotanatmakam Devi. So it is masculine, it is feminine, it is also neuter. Jyotisham apita jyotihi. Which one is right? You like a female thing? Take mother. I don't like this woman, mother thing. I want my boys. Okay, Ishvara, Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu, take anything. I don't like this male and female. All right, neuter, Brahman, Jyoti, anything. There is nothing other than it. Ultimately, call it he, call it she, call it it, that alone is. We are inseparable part of it, friends, like standing in front of the ocean. You go to see the ocean and lose yourself in what? Submarine, cruise ship, that boats, kayaking. You want to see that sea? Then small wave, big wave, tsunami, all the time ocean. All the time you are who you are. So when these names are given, when more and more you are educated, abhyudhanam adharmasya, because it helps us to, with the intention of helping us, it destroys us, condemns us to smaller identities. The more smaller the identity, the more insecure you are. Bigger identity, bigger insecurity you are, the more insecure you are, you shall be adharmic. Meaning, you shall do everything to protect yourself. The person who feels insecure, he shall be so devious. A happy man. As I am very happy, I am taking your flower. No, take it. ले लो. कितना मांगता है भाई? 2, 5 ले लो. Why? If it will make you happy, no? Take more. If you are condemning me, you feel happy, please condemn little more and be happy. I shall be object of your happiness. Destroy me. No problem. Why? Indestructible. Nainam chindanti sastrani, nainam dahati pavaga, nachainam kledanti apana, sosayati maruta, achedyoyam, adayoyam, akledi, asosyevacha, nitya sarvagata sthanu, achaloyam sanatana. Every time, how many times it has to be told? But still the people must say, miserable. Why? Sabda Gyan is not friends. So your dharma, you want to know who you are. Once you know that, suddenly discover Sanatana, everybody's dharma is that. Who is divine? Everybody is divine. Where is the happiness? Everywhere the happiness. Sarvato panipadam tat sarvato kshishirumukam sarvata shrutimaloke sarvam avritya tishtati. Pervading everywhere, it alone is existing. Name it Chetana, name it consciousness, Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaneti, Sabdeteti, Bhagavat. In Srimad Bhagavatam it comes Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaneti, Sabdete. Some people call it Brahman, fine. Some people say, no, that's Brahman Mandapa, Bhagavan. Okay, Bhagavan. And no Brahman, no Bhagavan, Paramatma. None of these names are good. You create your own words, but be the truth. What a dimension. That is your dharma. Then suddenly say, that is why I am a Hindu. Shut up. Don't try to, please, don't try to name the unnamed. You can do that, but not at the cost of other people. Every person is as wonderful as ever. If the person is seeing a country, listen carefully, person is seeing a country, show him the universe in that. Don't say the country is wrong. Understand? Remember that example I had given you long back? Just I can show you in this, and with that we shall finish it. We'll go to see that tomorrow if possible. Look at this. This is one rectangle. I put one line here, one line there. If I ask somebody, you have listened to so many times, but suppose I ask, how many rectangles are here? Quick, instantly, what's the people say? People sometimes half an hour thinking also says, I'll take 4. No problem. There are different types of minds. There is nothing to laugh at anybody. No. 4s are very evident, 4. But there are 5, because 1, 2, 3, 4, and this original 5. Only 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh? The same place there are 9 rectangles. But everybody, direct perception is 4. So by chance somebody says, I don't believe in it. 6, I don't believe in it. The person who sees 9, he will believe in everybody. He says only 1, yes. There are 4, yes. 5, yes. A child says only 2, yes. 6, yes. 7, yes. 8, yes. Everybody is yes. How can you say everybody is yes? Because 9 includes everything. One who sees 9, can he not see 8? One who sees 9, can he not see 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? That is why Sanatana, when you say everybody is eternally ever fresh, whatever role other fellow comes in, yes. I'm immortal. Yes. Come, sit down and be immortal. I think there is a separation between God and me. Of course there is a huge separation. Sit down, idiot. Sit down and talk. Whatever they say, yes. Why should I worship a form? Why should you worship a form? But you told him to worship a form. How does it matter to you? Are you not cheating him? Why are you worried about other people being cheated when you are cheating yourself? How to tell these people? That is why the so-called wise man has to take every nonsense on himself. Every nonsense on himself. Because just to give a little sense of satisfaction that the person is bigger than you also. What the mothers do? When the children start eating, say, but mommy has prepared something nice. Or the papa has prepared something nice. The person who has come, the guest come, they eat it up everything. How do you feel? Do you say, hey, leave something for me, man? Leave something for... No! Let them eat everything. I can starve. Snatching something from my life, if you feel very comfortable, please snatch. How much? Anything you want. You can't touch me. Nobody can touch you. Nichaya tat mrityumukhat pramuchyate. Hey Arjuna, hey Nachiketas. Asabdam asparsham anadi anantam mahata param dhuvam. Nichaya tat mrityumukhat pramuchyate. Free from death itself. When I'm trying to free you from the death itself, you want to hold on to somebody to escape death? How can you hold on to somebody to escape death? Whatever you are holding on to, if because of that you are escaping death, that shall bring you fear, invoke fear in you. That is why people who hold on to their faith to escape death, you touch their faith, they shall mercilessly destroy you and kill you. Why? Because they want to be alive. With the strength of that faith, belief, book, practices, traditions, customs, that is where people, they glorify themselves. He sacrificed himself in the name of God. Ask God whether he wanted somebody's sacrifice to exist. Then why are you sacrificing goats, chickens? Why don't you sacrifice one, honey badger, that big animal, and eat it? Inedible, no? So God eats only those things which I eat. Disastrous religious stuff. Understand, friends? Appreciate. Close your eyes. Dharma, when you come to Dharma, we shall see more of it as time passes. To understand the Dharma of something, that something must be analyzed. What is my Dharma? Who I am? Sanatana, Ishvara. When I don't understand this, glanir bhavati bharata. Yada yada dharmasya glanir bhavati. In your own life, dharmasya glanir bhavati. The real dharma is forgotten. Abhyuthanam adharmasya. All that I am not, I take myself to be. And that time, the individual cries out, "O Lord." Listening to it as though, Atmanam srujamyam. In each one of us, that search begins. Because from the childhood, from the beginning of our life, whether we like it or not, we have been always experiencing it. We have experienced in a deep sleep state, in moments of happiness. You can't compromise with anything less than that. And the eye is looking for deathlessness. And to escape death, it is inviting the end of the I itself. Because you can't escape death as long as you are present as an individual entity. So looking for this knowledge is as though looking for your own annihilation. Which people do experience in moments of devotion, moments of happiness, moments of joy, creativity, unconscious annihilation. Extinction of personality takes place. When you do it consciously, paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskritam. So the same person who was living a life of a duskruta, looking for things, therefore miserable, or doing nice things, and therefore a dharmic, understand. You understand that as much the falsehood was torturing me, honesty did not solve it. Cruelty does not solve my problem. Kindness doesn't solve it either. Adharma doesn't work out. Dharma also doesn't work out. That is why every student, worth the name, every student in Upanishad, what does he ask? Anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat, yattat pashyasi tad vada. Nachiketa says, please tell me, O Lord, what is beyond adharma and dharma. Nachiketa, what is his boy's name? Arjuna says, Yasreyasyat nishchitam bruhitan me. Tell me what is the Sreyas. Don't say this is good, that is also good. Take me beyond both. And that is where the mother's glory in Lalita Sahasranaam. Dhyatru dhyana dheya rupa dharma adharma vivarjita. O mother, you are the meditation, object of meditation, meditating, everything is you. You are dharma adharma vivarjita. Without the individual I sitting down there is no left side, right side. No front, no back, no up and down. When that is gone, all these different dimensions disappears. Dharma and adharma, right and wrong, good and bad, life, birth and death, existing in relation to one entity. When that goes away, dharma adharma vivarjita. Beyond the both, you go there. That is your self, you are. So dharma also, in another dimension, dharma is adharma. Even adharma appears to be dharma at one time. Going beyond both. By going, understanding about yourself, who you are, because your individual presence creates left, right, wrong, right, good, bad, honest, dishonest. Once you are seeing that reality, the whole universe alone is existing. Nantam na madhyam na punastavadim pashyami vishveshwara vishwarupa. O Lord, I see your one universal form. There is no beginning, no middle, no end. And in all inclusive form, can you stand apart? Nothing, never, ever stands apart. Thank you, friends. Thank you.